Yes. Welcome to SESH Shred Series 2, I believe. Like the actual proper Series 2, Episode 1. Madness. I'm currently in week 2 of my cut. I have not actually dropped that much weight since last week. I've probably lost half a kilo. But physically looking better. I'll put up a couple of comparisons now. And I'm just gonna run through what the plan of action is. So this morning, it's around 8 AM, and this is going to be my first, it's the 17th of May, my first fasted cardio session of this cut, of this shred. Last week I did a couple of 10-minute Stairmaster sessions here and there, and a couple of 10-minute jogs. Like, we're literally talking covering 1.7 kilometers in 10 minutes, so nothing fancy or special. And yeah, I'm not tracking my food. I didn't track in the last cut, even though I didn't document it, and I enjoyed it. I didn't have as much food focus, and yeah, I was just being intuitive. So not going to be tracking, but I will obviously do 4 days of eating, and maybe on those 4 days of eating I'll, for the sake of the video, calculate the macros. I've gone straight in there balls deep with Yohimbine because why not? I love it. It makes me feel absolutely wired. I am trying to reduce my caffeine intake this week because it's had a bit of an impact on my mood. I was consuming loads of caffeine and my mood was going up and down like this. My sleep was awful, so I've pulled back now. Only had like 7 coffees this morning, and I woke up about half an hour ago, so that's a lot better than where I was. 20 milligrams of Yohimbine this morning for the first time. Prior last week I was just doing 10 milligrams, and that is pretty much it. I'm gonna go sesh out some steps on a Stairmaster and potentially do some mobility because I need to work on that too. But yes, the SESH shred is back. Let's all get shredded together. I'm planning on losing 6 kilos. That's the goal. So I don't know what it is in pounds, but I want to get down to 72 kilos, and I'm currently 78. So yeah, got nothing, like no end date really. I just want to be shredded for like July. That's the goal. So yes. Just got to the gym, right? And you need to check out this track if you haven't heard it already. It's called Need You by Solomon France. The vocal chops are so sick. It's not new, it came out like September 21, but listen to this. It's so futuristic, mate. Definitely feeling the coffee and 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams of Yohimbine. I'm literally like spaced out. I'm just gonna be staring out the window on the Stairmaster and probably forget to step. Alright, so quick hair update, or mullet update. This is the current situation. I've just had a shower, so this is what my hair looks like, kind of semi-wet post-shower. It's reasonably long. My plan of action is to just grow it out as long as I can without cutting it. I don't really see a point in doing loads of little cuts just around the ears. And then when it's long enough, I'll shape it into a mullet and it's gonna look sick, mate. I would try and show you the back, but like, I'm probably not coordinated enough to do that. So, journey to mullet, let's go. All right, yes, so it's about 10:30. This is gonna be the first meal. I tend to have cereal in the morning. This is a pretty fat bowl. As the cut goes on, I will reduce the size. Haven't weighed this out, but it's probably like 200 grams roughly. Including the milk, I presume it's around 800 calories. It's gonna smash this. I usually then don't eat until later on. So obviously that's what happens after you have a meal. You don't eat until later on afterwards, but I mean, 10:30 now, I probably won't eat again until 2:30. Try to have 3 meals a day. That's the plan. Okay, so I think I've decided I'm just going to turn this video into a little bit of a day in the life. So usually for me, my mornings from 9 till 12 are pretty busy with my corporate work, and I usually just sesh it out. However, it's now 11 and I'm going to take my supplements. So I've got a multivitamin. I'm going to take a taurine. I don't know why I'm going to take this. I just have it and I'm going to take them because I have it. And some vitamin D3. And then also scoop some creatine straight to the dome. This is, yeah, my protein. This one actually tastes pretty banging. It's the tropical flavour. I could drink it and it would be quite nice, but I'd rather just send it, you know what I mean? So yeah, basically creatine 5 grams every day. You usually have it around the same sort of time. I probably take more than 5 grams. I usually do 2 scoops and that's a pretty solid scoop. Yes. Alright, sick one. So it's like 12:30 and I'm about to go and shoot some hoops. Second caffeinated beverage of the day, white money. I had a coffee this morning. A couple of things quickly I want to say. One, these chains are going to be dropping at the end of May, end of this month. I hinted at it in the previous video, but they're really sick. And if I see anyone wearing one of these chains at a rave or any sort of festival this summer, I'll give you a special treat, mate. The other thing, I've made 2 mixes go live recently. My MRF 2022 Selects mix, which is already on over 1,000 views in 3 days, which is absolutely nuts. So big up to everyone who's got locked into that. And then yesterday I made the radio go live for March and April. I was a bit slack on it, so it's very, very late.
Theo!
What?
What's happening?
Why are you so needy?
No.
We're going for a walk. We're gonna go for a walk. Let's do it. Nala, come here. Come here. Hello. Alright, so slight change of plans. Ended up not going to send some basketball because Kate, i.e. the missus, i.e. this girl, she's working from home 12 till 8 and this is her pup, Nala, possibly the greatest dog to ever grace this planet. And Nala needs to go for a walk. I really enjoy walking, especially around here. These forests are actually mad. And yeah, I can go play basketball later if I feel up for it. But I'm trying to, if I say trying to, I'm pretty good, well disciplined. I'm walking 10k steps a day at the moment. This is something that I'm implementing in the cut, and again we'll talk more about later, but not just for health and for overall like expenditure, but also for the mind, because when I walk more I also feel happier. I'm outside more, especially when it's sunny. Vitamin D, being out with nature. I try to reduce like phone time when I'm walking, so I try to actually just be present. And yeah man, sometimes I'll go to the trees and I'll give them a hug. I'll just like put my hand on them and talk to them, ask them how their day's been. I think it's really important. Yes, like honestly, some of the best conversations I've ever had are with like grass. Yeah, so basically no basketball for now. Instead, gonna go for around 5,000 steps, I reckon. Also, we came for a walk the other day here. I was with Kate and we got to about here and she literally jumped out of her skin. That's because of this. Alright, so I think seeing as we're in a nice backdrop and we're outside, I'll give you some tips now regarding cutting. Obviously this is episode 1 of SESH Shred, so if you guys are starting out with a shred as well around a similar time, or even if you're part way into one,
this is still useful information. It's probably stuff you already know, but it's good to reinforce it even so. So number one is I'm not tracking, and the important thing to do when you're not tracking is to still be mindful of what you're eating and the quantities of it that you're eating, because that's really important. So I do tend to eat the same foods on a daily basis, pretty much thereabouts. Like there might be slight variations in some of the carbs and proteins, but usually most of my meals are the same. Therefore, what I do is I will eat roughly the same amount every day, and by the end of the week I'll weigh myself maybe every third day, and once I've got 3 weigh-ins, I'll take the average and I'll see what my weight is doing. And if I'm not like losing a bit of weight, then I will, moving forwards, taper off some of the carbohydrates off either one of the meals or a little bit from every meal, and then I'll do the same again and I'll go from there. Now, it might not seem like the best way to do it, however, I do find that food focus is a lot less because I'm not constantly weighing out everything, and today I can have X amount of grams of this, and I'm not trying to like save carbohydrates for a separate meal, etc. Sometimes if I'm like really hungry in that moment, maybe I'll have a slightly bigger meal. If I'm having a high expenditure day, I might even have more food in general. So I kind of just auto-regulate it from there. And yeah, just simple principles, reasonably high protein, healthy fats and stuff. I think it's a more like lifestyle way of doing it, and it's important that you still like have an idea of the sort of quantities of the food that you're eating. So that's like one of the main things. Then expenditure, try to hit roughly 10k steps a day. That's probably not going to change much for me like throughout the whole duration of this cut. I'm not really going to increase that to like 15k or 20k or something silly. That's not necessary. And cardio, I'll just sort of throw it in as and when I feel like doing it. That might increase as time goes on. But yeah, ultimately, just do something, be mindful of what you're implementing, see the result, and if the result isn't what you're expecting or what you're wanting, then change some things and go again. Honestly, watch me, I'll get like in mad shape. This is the best I've ever looked at, like 78.5 kilos. So I'm expecting to look pretty sick for me personally. Yeah, when I get down to like 73, I think it's gonna be naughty, mate. So Nala does this cute thing where when she's near home, she knows she is as well, she'll want to carry the lead back with her. So like fold it up. Oh, Nala, what's this? What's this? Nala, what's this? Like, sit. She's off.
Do you want a cup of tea, Mum? Alright, it's alright.
I was booking of the class, but I had to cancel it.
So this already isn't the most aesthetic meal, but we need to get a new non-stick pan, and cooking eggs in this one isn't like the best unless you put loads of butter in it, but obviously that's not ideal for a cut. So yeah, I'm literally about to put like, you'll see. People who like really appreciate eggs are gonna hate me for this. So I'll quickly talk you through the next meal. Ended up being a lot later than expected. It's 4 PM now. I haven't eaten since the cereal, just had the white monster. So I know a lot of you thinking, mate, this like really isn't ideal in terms of muscle retention and all this stuff, especially considering as I haven't had any protein yet. But also, I don't really care. This is just kind of how my days are structured and how I get my meals in. I'm working from home and stuff. Like I said, I usually have 3 meals a day. I pushed this one back a little bit because I'm going to be going to the gym later today, as in 8:30 until sort of 10. Would normally train at around 6. So I won't eat again before the gym after having this meal. Maybe I'll have some fruit or something. That's why I normally have this meal at around 2 or 3. I don't eat immediately before training, basically. So yeah, I'll quickly overlay some clips and run you through this meal. So all of the ingredients for it you're looking at now, plus an onion, which I forgot to put down. But yeah, it's basically loads of veg, mince, and then half packet of rice with some seasoning, and then some salad as well, which is pretty naughty. Off the top of my head, we've got parsley, mushrooms, pepper, onion, mince, rice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. But yeah, really look forward to it, eating it, and then 2 eggs as well. So quite a high protein meal. I don't measure out the mince. It's probably around 200 grams. I literally just go straight in with the fingers and the hand, and yeah, whatever I pick up is what's going into the meal. Not the most aesthetic, but it tastes good and does the job. Looking pretty gnarly, mate. That is pretty much it. Yes. Mad. You probably also saw me drink some cranberry juice. There's nothing special about that. It's just had some, needs to be drunk, and a glass a day isn't really going to hurt. It's actually quite refreshing. So yeah, that's why I had that.
Alright, sick one. Nice. It's about 8 PM. I'm about to drive to get Kate. We're going to head to the gym and train. She's got a session planned. I'm just going to hop in on it. I think we're going to be doing some plyometric movements. I'll film some of it. I'm just bringing my phone, so whatever I get will be on my phone. Haven't eaten anything else other than a bunch of grapes, which were unreal, to be fair. I think they were M&S grapes, so yeah, probably cost about 50 quid. And an apple, but there's really no need for me to show you that. So yeah, that's the update. That's what I've been up to. This is a pretty standard day for me, like a working day. Like I spoke through earlier, a lot of corporate work stuff in the morning and dipping into it in the afternoon, walk at lunch, and then normally train after work at around 6 or 7, obviously a bit later now. And good thing I got my steps in earlier because it started pissing down the rain. Did some editing, either like I'll do editing for Instagram or like a YouTube video, or if I'm not doing either of those, I will do some music production. That's literally my life. And then obviously training and stuff. Going to head to the gym. Like obviously weekends are different. I'll do a day in the life of a weekend in a bit. Weekends I'll try to go out, do more, go to events, day trips and stuff. Me and Kate went to, maybe I'll put some clips in a second, but we went and cycled through the New Forest the other day, which was pretty sick, and got like a Chinese takeaway. So yeah, maybe I'll put some clips of that now.
Duck pancake rolls. Sauteed chicken.
What did you call it?
Sauté.
Is that a joke?
Egg fried rice. Which one's the duck Thai style? Do you think it's that one or that one?
That. No. That. What's that?
I don't know what the fuck that is. One is duck Thai style and one is duck chicken style.
Duck chicken style?
Duck Chinese style. Duck Chinese style. So those are both duck. One's Thai style, one's Chinese style. Okay. Chicken with cashew and your deep fried chicken with lemon.
And we just ate the duck rolls. And we've got loads of these. Brilliant. Alright, cool. What about it?
Right, we're going to keep this short and sweet because I filmed a whole clip and I did it on screen recording, which means there's going to be no audio. We're not going to talk about the squares bars, that's been and gone. We're going to hit a session, we're going to do some legs, I think. Kate's going to lead it, I'm just going to go along. I'm going to film some of it and it's going to be pretty sick. RIP my legs, and yeah, we've just been told we're going to back squat, so...
High bar!
I thought we were going to be doing like box jumps and stuff.
We are. We're doing loads of jumps.
Marshmallow squares is the best.
That wasn't even marshmallow.
Yeah, I know, but they've got a cookies and cream one, it's unreal. Also, excuse
Hashtag
Kate's
ad.
tan. Okay, yes, going to wrap up this video here. I will quickly talk through what me and Kate did in the gym, or at least what I filmed, so save a bit of time. We started off with back squats, didn't film that, went pretty well, just some lightweight. We then moved on to 2 hamstring rehab exercises. One is basically where you pinch a bench with your legs, go into a side plank, and it works like your inner thigh like mad. Obviously you're watching it now, it's very, very difficult. If you get the opportunity to try this, give it a go. I guarantee you, if you get into that position, you will find it so difficult to keep your bottom leg up against the bench. It's actually so hard. And then we moved on to, I should really know what these are called, but I don't, and you're looking at them now, and they're really hard. You have to hold it for like 30 seconds, push something I was struggling to do is like keep my glutes up. But yeah, my hamstrings have only just recovered from that, and it's like 48 hours later. And then we did some box jumps and some other bits and bobs. We went into one of the studios, and yeah, it was quite fun, to be fair. It's like a different style of training, not something that I'm used to. And my cardiovascular fitness is definitely not very good at the moment, seeing as I'm at the start of a cart. Like, it's getting better, but yeah, still a long way off my peak. Anyway, it was a fun session. Big ups to Kate for showing me that stuff. It was lots of fun. Right, then final meal of the day was, I'll go through it really like quick. It was an omelette, probably I think 2 eggs, 4 egg whites or 3 egg whites, chucked in a load of veg, and had some like tomatoes and that on the side. Very, very decent. And that is my day in the life / full day of eating. I will say, I probably touched on it earlier, but I know this isn't the optimal bodybuilding like way of doing it. You can be really meticulous with your meal timing and exactly the amount of grams that you're eating per meal and all of that sort of stuff, and that has its place and depends on sort of what your goal is and how serious you want to take it. But for me personally, this is just more of cutting to fit in with my life. I don't want to cause unnecessary stress. If I get too food focused or too caught up on having this meal at that time and having this amount of carbs and grams of protein in that meal, etc., then I start to stress if I don't do it, and it's almost like that does more harm than good because it impacts my mood, and then I get worried because I'm not eating like when I should be eating. I'm literally just chilling. I will healthy habits. I'll go out walking when it's sunny. I'll try to like not be too fascinated by like too caught up on how many steps I'm doing. Obviously I said I'm trying to hit 10k a day, and that is true, but at the same time, I don't know, if I have a day where I'm like genuinely not feeling up for it or it's really shit weather, I probably just won't do it, and I will just like maybe walk more the next day. But yeah, basically this is just how I'm doing it. I've already dropped like over a kilo and a half, and it's been 2 weeks, so it definitely works. I've done it before and I'll do it again. I'll get pretty decently lean. So big ups to everyone who's checked into this video. We're going to get the SESH Shred series running again. Remember what I said about the chains? These are going to be coming very, very soon. Couple of weeks time, to be fair. I'll see you in the next one.